Oh, that's nice. Not as impressive as the other scenes, but I remember this was one of the scenes that I said on the game's native HDR also looked nice.
You can only activate it with the right credentials.
But this one doesn't seem much different than the Renault DX.
We have things to do.
Adam, do you happen to have the right credentials for that lock device? Or that control panel, possibly? You would know, right? I still have not been able to... Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I think I proposed the idea on the previous playthrough that the person who is behind the flooding of this plaza area to hide the crime of killing those, like, not even deserters, but like those, like, what is the word for them? Not migrators. I mean, they are deserters of the colony, yeah? Yeah, those people who just deserted the colony's, like, hospitality. Like, somebody obviously hunted them down from Zion and then flooded this plaza. But the thing with that, like, entire plan is that it has to be somebody who is technically savvy enough to know how, like, these in-depth, like, archaic devices even work. Actually, that's a good way to put it. Because, like, the floodgate device in there that is controlled by that control panel, like, that is probably a very old device. You know, it's something from, like, Mother Sphere's, like, foundation, whenever, like, Eidos 7 and, you know, the 8 other Eidos cities were built, of course. So, like, who would know from these people in here how those devices would work? Adam. I mean, who else in here from our timeline that has the motive and also is, you know, in the world building of this story, like in close contact with Eve, that would both have the technical know-how as well as the motive to show something like this to Eve? You know, like, Captain Man and Oracle might be like two other people that might have the motive to show something like this for an airborne squadron member or our Eve prototype. But they don't have the technical know-how and the savviness to be able to understand how these, like, older devices from, like, Mother Sphere's, like, early days, you know? Or earlier days when Mother Sphere was, you know, still coming up with, you know, her own artificial intelligence and, you know, working somewhat in harmony with Raphael Marks' ideals still, you know? During these days, like, only Raphael Marks in close, like, collaboration, I guess, or in close association with Mother Sphere would have the technical know-how to control devices such as this. You know? Because obviously most of the information that it is inherited by Mother Sphere comes obviously from Raphael Marks, you know, from her creator. So if her creator knew something about, like, devices like these, like, Mother Sphere would already have, like, the preconceived knowledge, I guess we can say, of how certain devices like that work, and she would be more or less hoping what her creator told her about how, like, these, like, technological devices work, you know? Like, just like anything else in life, you would not be working from not knowing nothing. You follow somebody else's example. You follow somebody else's, like, you know, rail-blazed path, you know? Of how a certain something is supposed to be, you know, understood. You know, that's how literally just understanding, like, you know, science, different, like, fields of science work, you know? You literally just try to understand somebody else's work, essentially. Until you, at some point, you might get so technologically or academically advanced or savvy yourself that you might be able to, you know, come up with new knowledge that nobody else knows.